of the things that intrigues me is that you need to collect data.
Yeah.
So that means you need to get, the term is APIs or the access to the back end of different systems. And there's so many systems now.
Yeah.
So I think years ago, access to the data was harder. How do you access data? Because you might be collecting data across accounting systems, HR, finance, So where do you start with that? Collecting that data, getting permission.
Yes. Yep. It's tricky.
Yeah, yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, when we were crawling websites, we were collecting somebody else's data. When we were building the airline prediction models, the airfare prediction models, we were relying on the airline's data. And the list goes on and on, so much so that I came up with this term or this abbreviation SED, which stands for somebody else's data.
Mm.
And dealing with someone else's data can be tricky. They may someone whose data it is may not want you to have the data, or they may want to charge you for it, or they may have all kinds of restrictions or stipulations around it. And so, one of the things I found when I was talking with a lot of budding entrepreneurs when I worked at Madrona Venture Labs was this notion that people wanted to build AI startups. So I'd meet young kids in their 20s who, were fresh out of computer science schools. I want to build an AI company. I want to be able to build a machine learning company. I'm really excited about this technology. And what I learned to point out to them is that most of these companies are not machine learning companies, they're data companies.
Mm-hmm.
And figuring out how you're going to procure data in a reasonable, efficient way, that has robustness to it is really the problem that I faced at most of these companies. It
Mm-hmm.
hasn't been about machine learning technology. Machine learning technology is generally a commodity. There's tons of machine learning technology in open source. Academia is constantly publishing new machine learning technology. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, they give away their machine learning technology platforms. Why do they do that? Because they own the data. And the data is what's powerful and important and is the moat for a particular company.
Mm.
So, investors are usually kind of like, well, you may think you have some novel machine learning technology, but pretty soon everybody will have it. But what data do you have? And is it unique? Do you have exclusive rights to it? Is it data that you pull out of thin air that you own? All those things really end up being much more important.